Lydia Diamond. I'm the playwright of Smart People. The two productions that have happened before, one was, it's a premiere in Boston at the Huntington Theater Company. Peter Dubois directed it. And the one that's running simultaneously in New York at Second Stage Theater off Broadway is directed by Kenny Leon. I was very invested in having UW produce this play. And generally when a play is just right out of the gate, and particularly when it's having its New York premiere, New York kind of wants to have it on lockdown to see what's going to happen with it next. And then after they've decided if they're taking it to Broadway or what regional theater is doing it next, then the rights might become released. And Chuck is my friend. Chuck is a 23-year-long artistic relationship. And he said, I want to direct your play. So I was like, yeah, you just name when and you name where. And then UW did a beautiful production of a play of mine several years ago, The Bluest Eye. So I knew that you knew how to do theater correctly, and I wanted Chuck to be able to do it. So I just, I kind of did my thing and made it happen. It took me 7 years to write this play. And I knew vaguely that I was writing this play about race. I knew it had 4 characters. It would have an Asian American person, it would have African American representation, and that's a black woman and a black man, and it would have a white male protagonist. I've always written plays that are about race and class and gender and the intersection of all of those things. But in the press, I sort of would default to this kind of, I would not say apologetic, but definitely like, this is a universal play that you'll love. It's about family, it's about love, it's about yearning, and it happens to be about race. And I realize it's because if I say I'm writing a play about race because I'm an African American writer, it could easily be thought of as an agenda. And so I kind of said, I'm going to step into this and own this. I'm going to write my play about race. We have to figure out how to talk about race, and what I have learned about this play through the few productions that it's had so far is that it does. It incites very complicated and personal questions and conversations about race that otherwise wouldn't have happened. And I think it gives people who are having that conversation something upon which to pin the conversation so it can be less personal and more an idea, a dialogue of ideas, an exchange of ideas based on something that they've seen. Students are the people, the generation of people, who are coming to this play largely on your campus are the ones who really hold our future in the palm of their hands. If anyone's going to fix it anytime soon, it's going to be them. So it feels self-important to say, so they most definitely should see my play so they can fix the world. But I think this is a good place to start a conversation. I think that it's affirming for people to see images of themselves on stage. What I think is more interesting is for diverse audiences to be able to access a story that maybe isn't theirs directly and see how we're all human and have a dialogue with one another and the stage. I think theater is the perfect tool for encouraging dialogue that is relevant and maybe dangerous. It should be dangerous. You should feel awkward and transformed, whether you've been amused and laughing wildly or crying or just taking something in. Absolutely, it should be something that causes a shift in your body and encourages a dialogue. I think that people should be cautious because when they hear sometimes that this is a play about race, or really this is a play of ideas, they think that means they're going to spend a boring evening of a sort of didactic lesson in how they should be. This is very much the opposite of that. I don't think it's a play. I haven't done my job if first and foremost the audience isn't entertained. And I hear over and over again, seems to be a hit, that people are entertained.